So, Kate, second of the two matches against the Faroe Islands coming tomorrow, following a tight home game. What lessons have we learned from that game that we can take into the game tomorrow?
Yeah, so Slovakia was probably one of the toughest teams we've faced so far, one of the toughest team in League C. But yeah, loads of learning curves. We learned that we have to be a lot more physical, we have to be a lot more compact, a lot tighter, and a lot more disciplined in defence. But it's all learning curves for the next few games.
So you personally have had quite the journey to the Nations League. You originally started as a futsal keeper, progressing of course into Gibraltar's first ever women's competitive starting goalkeeper. So talk us through that journey.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey to be fair. Starting in futsal, you don't really have the same skills as an 11-side keeper. Things like crossing, things like coming out of your box, they're completely different. But thankfully, we've got really good coaching staff who really helped with the development in every aspect of the game.
You've mentioned the coaching staff there. As of the last few years, you've obviously been under the tutelage of our head of goalkeeping, Alan Martin. So how integral has he been to your development?
Yeah, he's really in-depth detail for everything. Any little skill, he breaks it down so that you develop as best as you can as a keeper. He's really technical, he's really also understanding, so he'll take small steps. It's all about looking at the angle, not about taking big steps as it is.
You've represented Gibraltar alongside your twin sister Shania Robba since you came into 11-a-side football. So how special was it to walk out with her for the first ever competitive Nations League game?
Yeah, it was definitely a special moment, seeing your family in the crowd next to your sister. She's definitely a big support on and off the pitch, so I'm extremely grateful to have her next to me, especially in the walkout.
As we reach the midpoint of the campaign, how personally do you assess the team's performances and your own performances, and what are the goals going into the last few matches?
Yeah, the goals for the next few matches are just development, progress. Like Scott really hammers it down, it's not about our results, it's about our performances. How can we progress for the next few games? So yeah, definitely just looking at video analysis, just looking at what the small details are and how we can improve for the next ones.
And one final one, you personally have had some brilliant individual performances in this campaign, so how has playing in your first international competitive competition helped you develop as a player?
Yeah, so it's definitely a nerve-wracking experience, but getting those performances and getting those experiences on the pitch has definitely helped. But also the support from the girls, not just off the pitch, but also on the pitch. They're incredibly supportive, always motivating me, always pushing hard in defence, that we can support our box.